Excellent!
I think the best way to start this video out is to just be upfront and say I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a project that I started out more than 2 years ago. I've had ideas in my head of how to move forward with it. It's had fits and starts and stops, and at this point, I just want to push forward with it again. This is the HTPC build. If you guys aren't familiar with, about 2 years ago, I built a system to use as a home theater PC here in my living room. My idea was to wall mount it, and specifically to wall mount it to a nice looking piece of wood. So I went and hunted down this cool looking piece of walnut back here behind me, brought it home, had some issues with it. It had some beetles in it that I had to bring it back to have it rekilned for. Finally went through and did the finish on it, which is looking real nice, but it needs another coat. I also want to do the front and the back. And ultimately, I just want to get a few, what seems to be simple next steps taken care of. The system has been up and running for 2 years. It's just sitting on top of a subwoofer rather than being mounted to this wood and then mounted to the wall. And I've needed to get past these seemingly simple logistic issues of how do you take a motherboard and mount it to wood. I did a video on that recently, and I'm glad I did because I had a few ideas of how to do it, and you guys had some good ideas too that you recommended in the comments section, specifically using these inserts, which are actually wood screw inserts that have M3 threading on the other side. So I've got a bunch of those that I can use, and I think these will be a little bit better solution for mounting the motherboard and other hardware to that piece of wood, especially since I'm going to be wall mounting it, and we're in California where we occasionally get earthquakes from time to time. Next is the question of how the wood itself will actually be mounted to the wall and whether it will just be up against the wall or whether it will be sitting off of the wall. I wanted it to be set off the wall a little bit so I can route cables behind it. So I got these little square feet. They're about 1.25 inches thick, so I should be able to mount 3 or maybe all 4 of them to the back of the wood, and that will give it a little bit of spacing off the wall itself. And then mounting to the wall, which I had a lot of ideas for. It's going to be fairly heavy. I need to mount it to studs. There's other stuff going on in that wall because there's a bathroom on the other side, so I have to be somewhat careful about that. For that purpose though, I have these little eye hole screws, so I'm hoping I can go with somewhere between 2 and 4 of these into the back of the wood to give me some little eye holes. And then I have these hooks. I got a couple different sizes because I wasn't sure how big they'd actually turn out to be. I think I'm gonna go with the larger ones, try to get a couple of these hooks directly into the stud, get these in the back of the board at the exact same distance apart, and then I should be able to just sort of hook it onto those, and that should allow me to wall mount it. So that's my plan for today. Again, seemingly simple when you talk about something like taking the parts for a computer and install it in a case, but when you don't have a case that's pre-designed and pre-built to handle and accommodate those pieces of hardware, and then especially when you want to have it wall mounted in the living room, it should be sort of a nice and clean finished product. So I'm hoping to hit all of those points, and at the same time I want to do more with it. I want to possibly set up pfSense. I might be adding a second system to this. All that said, I want you guys to have a little bit of closure from when I started this project a couple years ago. So hopefully by the end of this video, I'll have the primary hardware mounted to the wood and I'll have the wood mounted to the wall. So this is the point in the video where I need to sort of cut down on my overall goals, because the core goal is to take that piece of wood, mount the computer to it, mount it to the wall. I'm still going to get that done, but I also had some stretch goals in mind, like I wanted to get my pfSense hardware together to mount that to the wood as well, but that is still sort of up in the air, hasn't been decided on. And then today I pulled out my PCI Express expansion cable here, or the extension cable, and I realized it's just a lot shorter than I thought it was. This is actually one that I think comes with the kit for the Fractal Define R6. Not long enough to put the graphics card where I wanted it to. So I'm not going to be able to mount the graphics card directly to the board either. I think I'm just going to leave it plugged into the motherboard. Beyond that, let me take you through what's going on next. So I'm actually really happy with how the walnut is looking. I'm really glad that we did a little bit of extra sanding and put this extra coat on it because I think it's just a lot cleaner overall. All the mounting hardware is still down there, so I'm still going to be using that in just a moment. Meanwhile, we have the core HTPC components themselves right here, which have fortunately been cleaned off recently in that video where I tested the this cooler with the 3900X. By the way, I have swapped in a 3600X down there now, so we are using 3rd gen Ryzen on this build, and then I've dropped in the originally intended graphics card, which is the GTX 1080 Ti Asus ROG Strix Edition, which is a very good card that has 0 fan mode, so all these fans aren't spinning when the system isn't in use, so that's good too. Here's that PCI Express expansion cable that I mentioned. I think I'm going to order, Thermaltake has one that's like really long, and they might have ones that are in between as well. I don't know if I want the super long one, but the idea for this is that you plug it into your expansion slot, which also means that I could potentially use the upper PCIe slot on this motherboard now, which has been blocked by this cooler for quite some time. But if I wanted this plugged in here and then it to reach over to plug into the graphics card, and for this to be mounted and then the graphics card to be off to the side, I don't have enough leeway with this, and I might need to do some folding or something like that with the cable as well in the future. I will figure that out. There's also the potential in the future, not now, but in the future, for cables coming off of stuff that's mounted to the wood and going down through holes in the wood, but I'm not going that far yet. As for now, most of the cabling and stuff is going to be visible. Over here though is one of those random boxes I've had in my garage for quite some time, where I collect other random pieces of cases, like drive cages and stuff like that. And I've been doing this specifically for this purpose. So in here I'm trying to fish out just little brackets and pieces like this that might have the potential to be mounted on one side to the standoff mounting points on the wood itself, and then might have some brackets on the other side that I can mount the hardware to. However, I don't think I'm going to need to use this because I'm just going to be doing the motherboard, and then the graphics card is going to stay plugged in. I will probably need to get some brackets for the graphics card in the future when I move it off of the motherboard. But the last thing to mount is our Enermax DigiFanless power supply here, and I think what I'm actually going to do for this is there are 4 screw holes on the bottom, and that is actually where the PCB is mounted internally to the bottom, but they go all the way through. So I think what I can do is remove the top of the casing here and then remove those screws from where they're going through the PCB at the bottom of this, replace them with longer screws that will go through the PCB, out the bottom, and then I can just go straight into some of the standoffs that I mount to the wood. So that's the plan there. Here I can finally show you guys what I had in mind for how I'm going to be placing the hardware on this piece of wood. This is due to a few factors. The wood itself is a somewhat awkward shape because it's kind of this wood crotch down in the middle from where it was originally cut. But I think I'm going to put the power supply up here in the upper left so that the power cord for that can go up and over the top. Power cables can come down this way to hit the motherboard. I wanted to put the graphics card kind of over on this side. That would also still give sort of a view of the really nice flare right there of the wood grain, because I kind of want to keep that visible. It's pretty. Then the motherboard down here at the bottom, positioned this way, and that way the I/O can basically shoot straight down. Of course, I'm still going to have other stuff to plug in, like some SATA cables up there and whatnot, but I will figure that out as I come to it. And then we do still have some extra space up here in the top right, and that's where, again, I'm considering dropping in maybe a second system. Maybe I can run off of the same power supply. I'm not sure if that's going to work out or not, but that might be a PF-Sense build, but I think that is still a few steps away. I've been talking to Wendell a little bit about the hardware for that. Still in the works. So for now, I'm going to need to take this graphics card, since I don't have a PCIe extension, to fit it over here. And it's basically just going to fit in the PCIe slot right there. So it'll be vertical. There'll be some blank space up here in the upper right, but I'm going to live with it for now, just so I can have the system mounted and get it up and running. And honestly, I don't even think this is going to look too bad. Well, at this point I think I might need to ditch these inserts because they kind of suck. The metal is stripping at the top as I'm trying to screw it in with the slot screwdriver. They are sort of tearing up around the edges of the hole that I'm pre-drilling, and ultimately I'm just not happy with this result. They're also very difficult to get to go in straight, so when I mount the standoff on top of this, it's probably going to be at an awkward angle. I think I'm going to try to salvage this one here, and then I'm going to switch back to the tap bit for the rest of these. Awesome when the metal just cracks like that. Jeez, it's horrible. That sucks. This sucks. I don't like it. I'm disappointed. Boo. There are 5 of the 10 that came in the first kit of these little insert bits, and I hate them. They're very poor quality. The metal is stripping. Once it strips, you can't screw them in anymore. I'm very afraid that I'm going to get one like stuck in here, and it's going to be askew and weird, and I'm going to have a really hard time getting it out. And this hole is just hideous. Like, it's too big already, and I don't like it. So, screw these. I'm switching back to my trusty M3 tap bit that worked really good in my testing video, and I fortunately have 9 points at which to connect the motherboard to this piece of wood. So I'm going to figure out what to do with this hole in the future. For now, I'm moving forward with the tap bit. So after all that time spent waiting, I was actually kind of surprised at how quick it was to get all the hardware mounted on here. Although that is thanks mainly to that tap bit that I use, because that really was the most convenient in terms of both speed as well as getting a nice secure mount on here. And I can't reiterate enough how disappointing those little inserts were. And I think that really goes down to the quality of metal, and those are really the only ones I could find on Amazon. I'm sure if I were to search a little bit more widely and find a good hardware store or something where I could find some better quality ones, they might have worked better. But after getting the rest of the stuff mounted up, I did figure out a solution for that one big hole I made that was big and ugly, which was to take a little thumb screw and flip it upside down. It had M3 threading on the top. I took a standoff extension, mounted it to that, hammered it down into the hole, and that provided me with enough support to just get that standoff mounted, which I wanted to do because the graphics card is just sort of hanging right there. And while it's secure enough, it was something that I wanted to secure a little bit more if I had the opportunity. With that taken care of though, I was able to go ahead and wire everything up. And this is definitely a part that I think I'm gonna get some flack for. But again, guys, I am gonna come back to this. What would my channel be like if there wasn't an HTPC video that I had promised at some point in the future that was still looming? That is still coming. I do wanna expand this by adding more hardware potentially, doing some different cable routing because I do have it set off from the wall so I could potentially route some cables back through there. So I wasn't quite ready to start drilling through the wood in order to route some of those cables. But I think now that I've got it wall mounted and I'm a little bit more confident, I would be ready to do that. But that will be for a follow-up video. When that time comes, I'll also move the graphics card, I think, up here to provide a little bit more balance for the hardware that's mounted. And then I think I still have a pretty good chance I'm going to use this area here in the top right to make a PF-Sense system that I'll add on here as well. But all that's still sort of in the planning phases. And then I think a nice sort of kicker for the whole thing would be to like do some LED lighting trim around the back so it would give a little bit of a glow against the wall when the lights were turned on. But then of course have the ability to turn the lights off as well, because that's what I did for this right now. All the lights are turned off because it's an HTPC, although there are a few LEDs still on the motherboard that I might decide to cover over. But anyway, I'm getting a bit too far when it comes to speculation for the future and everything. This is what I want to leave you guys with today. Finally, my wall-mounted HTPC build. Yes, the drives are hanging off the bottom, and that's another thing that I want to do is do some drive mounts on the back or something like that. But long story short, I can dust down here now. That's nice. And I think I might also take these dusty bags down here that have my VR stuff stashed away in them and set that up too, because that's been also part of the long-term plan. Speaking of long-term plans, we're doing some remodeling here in my house, and that's another reason why this has been delayed so far, is because I don't just want to do this. I also have that other wood in the corner that I want to do some shelves up here with, but that's probably going to happen after we remove the carpet and we might be repainting the walls. And anyway, again, more future-looking stuff that may or may not actually happen in the future. The last last thing I want to leave you with is that this build is so functional and so awesome that I played World of Warcraft on it. Last night, I got up to level 6. WoW Classic, I should say. And now I don't know if I should keep playing WoW Classic or stop before it consumes every waking moment of spare time I have. I do have a daughter. I like to pay attention to her sometimes too. But that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of my HTPC wall-mounted finally, and we'll see you guys in the next video.